Good morning, all of you. So, this is the eighth video lecture on induction motor drives in the PhD subject. So, before going to the today's topic, so let us summarize the contents covered in earlier class. So, once you observe the earlier class, we covered the slip energy recovery systems such as static Scare-based drive and also static Kramer's drive. So, those two schemes are discussed thoroughly along with some numerical problems. Now we see the today's topic, which is the vector control of induction motor. So before going to the vector control of induction motor, let's have a brief discussion about the speed control of induction motor here. So basically induction motor speed controls are controlled in two manners. One is the scalar control, another one is vector control. Yes. So far the methods we discussed regarding the induction motor speed control, such as stator side controls as well as the rotor side controls. So that is nothing but stator voltage control, stator frequency control, that is it seems to be A by F control, uh, pole changing method, otherwise the rotor side control like rotor resistance control, static rotor resistance control, and slip energy recovery schemes. All those schemes belongs to the scalar controls. So another way of controlling the speed up in induction motor is possible with help of the vector control also. Yes. So before going to this, so let us uh, initiate the DC motor. So DC motor has two plexes. One is the armature plex, another one is field plex. Let us consider a separately excited motor. So armature plex and field plex are two independent parameters then. So therefore the direct axis as well as quadrature axis components are to be uh, easily identified, and also the evaluation is to be done for machine mode. So the same can be applied in case of induction motor. Here also there are two currents, one is stator current, another one is rotor current. So these two are dependents, that means that one current is dependent on other current, these two currents are not independent current. So in such type of cases, how the vector control of induction motor is to be implemented, and see what's the implementation diagram, everything in this topic. So in this regards, let us start the vector control of induction motor. So vector control techniques is, so vector control techniques allows a squirrel cage induction motor to be driven with high dynamic performance that is comparable to the characteristics of a DC motor. So DC motor, why you are compared here is, those are two independent plexes and independent currents. Those two plugs, the field plugs as well as armature plugs, are exactly quadrature, exactly 90 degrees with each other. So the, but here you observe the rotor and stator currents, these are not independent currents. So in this case, how the methodology is to be taken into consideration. So therefore the main features of vector control induction motor drives are, see here, high transient current capability. That means that during the operation of the system, any unsustainable currents which are present in the system, the drive has caliber to adjust those current. And also the increased speed range means, so it, due to the variation of the controllers, it gives the unbelievable speeds and also lower inertia. So these are the main features of the vector control of induction motor. Let's go for the block diagram of induction motor vector control. So here the induction motor is fed through the inverter, whose control strategy is a vector control strategy. And you see here IDS star, it is the stator direct axis current, and this one is the stator quadrature axis current. Yes. So these reference signals are processed through vector control through inverter, and the induction motor speed is to be controlled. You see here, this this block diagram is to be implemented in generalized case, each and every components how it is to be represented. So see this the induction motor vector control implementation diagram. In this it has two parts. The left part is the control part and right part is the machine part, and which is separated by inverter unity gain. Yes. So in this inverter unity gain, the control as well as the machine model both are to be attached here. So in this regards, let us see here the IDS star, stator direct axis current and stator quadrature axis current. So these two currents are coming from the microprocessors or microcontrollers or DSP controllers, and these two reference signals are coming, and these signals are to be converted. These reference signals are to be converted into direct stator direct axis as well as stator quadrature axis components like IDA star and IQA star, and after this the two phase direct axis as well as quadrature axis stator currents are to be converted into a three phase currents, ABC currents, with help of a suitable transformation technique, that is the two phase to three phase transformation. And this transformation gives the IA, IB, IC. This is the input to the induction motor currents, which are processed through the inverter unity gain, so that the IA, IB, IC again converted into a, a three phase to two phase transformation with the help of the Parks transformation model. See here, and this ABC to direct as well as quadrature axis stator currents again, and these currents are to be processed through a controller here, where it converts the direct axis as well as quadrature axis stator currents into the machine DQ model, that is synchronous rotating reference frame. So with help of a is a reference signal of cos theta e as well as sin theta e. These two signal, with help of these two reference signals, it is to be converted into IDS and IQS. So these are process develop the machine model. Machine model is nothing but a synchronous rotating reference frame. So it's a DQ model. Yes, again here has a transformation as well as inverse transformation. Yes. So you observe the behavior of the IDS and IQS. These two are exactly perpendicular. That is the direct axis as well as quadrature axis stator currents are exactly perpendicular to each other. So it a speed of omega e. Yes, this is the complete structure of the induction motor vector control implementation. So this method is one of the suitable method for speed control of induction motor from vector side. Yes. So finally, this topic concludes that scalar speed control of induction motor on scalar methods are generalized method. Vector methods are this type of some logics are there. So these logics are to be obtained with help of the microprocessors, microcontrollers, and DSP controllers. And this is the control strategy for the inverter by which the machine has to be modeled. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.